Hey, it's me. So yeah, I haven't posted a video in a while. Been kind of busy. I wanted to build a couple bag prototypes and whatnots, and I reorganized my sewing kit and cleaned up the shop. And there's just a lot of things happening in my life right now. And also, I had a project that I was working on that I had to put in storage for now because it hit a place that it came to a point where I did not know how to solve the problem anymore. And it's just a little bit, it's been sitting on my desk for a couple weeks by now, and it was wearing me down emotionally. So I just decided to put it away for now, and eventually we'll get to it, hopefully. But so I wanted to do something else. I wanted to build something. And, I've been building so many sewing projects like, pouches and bags that I'm starting to feel like people are thinking that I'm a bag maker. And so I wanted to build something a little bit more electronic, but I also didn't want to build another wireless capturing rig. I mean, I've built a dozen of those over the years. I'm pretty comfortable. It's not really challenging. Um, I mean, there are little challenges here and there by using new components, but the general process itself is I'm pretty used to it by now. So I wanted to build something else. Um, Now, I had a very dark high school years, and I'm sure everybody's high school sucked ass. But I didn't go around hanging out at arcades with my friends or anything. No, I just I was kind of, I was more antisocial than I am now. So I never got into gaming. I'm not a gamer by any measure of whatever. I play a couple quick pickup games. I don't have the emotional fortitude to continue a long story. I mean, I like role playing games because that's like reading a book. But I don't do I don't I don't do any of the newer games on any of the platforms that I have, except there are a couple games that I like on my iPad, a couple games I like on my Switch. But other than that, I don't do Steam. I don't do 3D games or whatnots. As a recovering gambler, degenerate gambler, I never understood. I never emotionally connected with the joys of gaming. For me, it was like, well, if I'm gonna play a game, I might as well make money out of it. But I always wanted an arcade cabinet as a furniture piece. So this time I decided to build a arcade cabinet based on the Retropie distribution. Um, I know there are more other better or whatnots out there, but it doesn't really matter to me. I just wanted the cabinet that I could have in my corner and play a quick pickup game of some old games that I used to play, or I wanted to play at the arcade, but was always occupied by a group of people. Um, and Yeah, I hated feeling of having to go to an arcade and play a game and have somebody look over my shoulder and go, "Oh, you suck, man." I was like, "Look, I know I suck. I don't. I'm doing this for fun. I don't want your input on it." So I wanted to build an arcade cabinet. So this is what I've built. Um, this is a RetroPie based arcade. Um, the problem I had with a lot of the arcade cabinets that are out there are they're too big. I have a very limited amount of space. I don't need two players because it's just going to be me. And then the ones they sell were too small. It's like, no, I want the feeling of an arcade, but I don't want it to be that small. So basically, what I built is, it's RetroPie based on an RPi 4. The way and this is not planned out at all, in the sense that I kind of winged it as I built it. And those are kind of the builds that I enjoy, which I call comfort builds, because I know every step I can do. It's just a matter of figuring things out as I go, and I usually learn something in between new. So like, I know I could do the woodwork, but you know, putting it together in a cabinet form, like cutting curves out of, you know, and this is regular hardware store plywood. Um, and I don't have the power tools to use it, so I have a drill. But most of this woodwork is cut by this handsaw. This is an Alpha Craft. This is an Alpha Craft saw. This is if you do small woodworking stuff, this saw is highly recommended. The way it is that, so I basically cut a couple pieces of plywood out, built the box, stickered it, and then clear coated with clear lacquer so that the sticker stays in. Added a couple ports to the side so that I can do maintenance on the RPi without having to take this whole thing apart. The battery sits up on top on this false bottom, which is also where the keyboard sits. Just in case I need console access, I have a wired keyboard there. LED strips that run off the same battery, and clear and some acrylic. The reason why I have the LED strips running off the battery and not the RPi is that I wanted this to be able to, you know, turn the LEDs on without having to turn the whole Pi on. So I just put it in a separate power source. But other than that, let's see if it will launch. Bought some cheap speakers at some dollar store that I have plugged in inside here. So yeah, so performance-wise, it's good enough. Like I said, I'm no gamer, so I'm not really picky about the frame rate or, you know, the lag. I suck at it enough that lag doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I mean, right? So, um, but yeah, but you know, like I said, perfect for this, for the cave. I'm pretty happy about it. If I was gonna build another one, I probably will make it a little bit taller. But now I have a better idea of how things go together in here. I mean, there are a lot of things in here that I'm like, it's okay. I mean, it's just for me. Um, you know, it's not gonna travel anywhere. It's not gonna sit at a bar getting abused by drunk people. So there's a lot of corners that I cut that I'm kind of okay with it. But yeah, so comfort builds are builds that stretch me in the building, but I know I can get a win. And I'm pretty stoked about this arcade game. I'm gonna play a couple more games on this. See if I can relive my high school years as a antisocial nerd. But stay safe, wear a mask, be kind to each other. Thanks.